People often think that intuition is a peaceful feeling and that it's aligned and it's just like smooth sailing. And that's not how intuition works. The problem that happens is you can literally feel guided by your intuition to abandon your manifestations when it's actually fear wearing a spiritual costume. So let's get into it, right? This is a little bit deeper than just the difference between intuition and fear or intuition and your trauma response. This is when your intuition, quote unquote intuition, stops your manifestations from happening and what to do about it, right? So first, your intuition is if it's genuinely your intuition, will feel neutral, clean, direct. When it's your trauma response or fear, it'll be loud, it'll feel really emotional, really urgent. Trauma pretends to be intuition all the time, especially when you are somebody that is high achieving or somebody that, works really hard for everything that you have, right? It can be so subtle, the difference that you've convinced yourself that what is a fear that has motivated you in the past, you think that that's your intuition, and it's not. The path that will actually lead you to your next level is often feeling like discomfort, vulnerability, expansion, exposure. It can trigger fear, right? And so I've had clients that are like, Ashley, this can't be my intuition because I'm scared. And it's like, no, the intuition was the initial drop in, was the initial do this, was the initial not this person, right? And then it's like, wait a minute, is this a bad idea? Should I not be doing this? Learning the difference between what is actually happening in your system is going to lead to massive, massive transformation. It's scary, right? Like it truly is scary. Learning to trust yourself in this more truthful way as opposed to letting your fear guide you. What can happen is if you're creating more abundance, you calling in money, you're like, I want to manifest money, or you want to manifest love, you can feel guided to, I don't want to say make the wrong decision because I don't think that there actually is wrong decisions, but to like pull back, to close off, or to sabotage in the name of your intuition. And it's not ideal. So some examples of this is your intuition can tell you that the person that you are calling in or dating or whatever is pulling away. And you're like, oh, he's pulling away. But really, what you might actually be sensing is your own fear of being chosen or fear of being abandoned. This is another one that happens a lot with my clients is your intuition is telling you not to get excited, not to get your hopes up, but really what it is you are your fear, your trauma response, your history of experiences in dating is preparing you for disappointment. And when you're preparing for disappointment, you're going to receive things to be disappointed about. That's the way that it works. But it's like, it feels like it's your intuition because your self-protection mechanisms work really well and are honed really well. And the thing with this is that when you are somebody that is high achieving, I don't love that term, but it's like somebody that works really hard or has struggled a lot to get where they are, right? And you like almost wear it as a badge of honor. Your your protection mechanisms will show up and feel like intuition and will also get you results. And the work that I do is like repatterning your system to understand the difference between trauma response and intuition actually, so that you can start to receive your manifestations not through hard work, not through like struggling and hustling and all of the shit and like actually being able to enjoy your life and have peace and stability and have it come from a truly aligned place. And noticing the difference can be really difficult when you're in the thick of it. And so that's why having somebody to support you through this can be so beneficial. Because, when like you're in the fog of it all, it can be really difficult to see what's actually happening. The example for money is your intuition might tell you not to raise your prices, but really it's the fear of being seen as powerful or even just being seen at a new level. This one I think happens a lot. It's like your intuition tells you to wait for a sign when really you're avoiding the moment that you will step into leadership. You will claim the thing that you desire. You will claim that you are the person that has the thing that you desire. True intuition is not heightened emotion. It's not. You probably have been programmed through experience, through seeing other people in movies, all of the things, right? As like, it's a feeling, so I'm going to feel emotion. And it's not. The emotion comes after your intuitive nudge. It's your intuition is like this drop, this knowing, this I was gonna say it's like a subtle knowing, but sometimes it's not. It's really, really loud. And the more that you practice, you will understand. So, like for me, if I get a no, if my system is like, no, no, not this, I probably won't listen to it and I will continue. This is what I've done in the past. I will continue on. And then I get this like, it's not like nauseous feeling. It's just this over extending this all-encompassing sense of doom. And I'm like, oh shit, I'm on the wrong path here. This is my system is telling me no. Now I've gotten better where it's like I receive the no and I'm like, okay, fuck. All right. Got it. But it can be subtle. It feels different than fear and like the trauma response of it all. And it's like, how do you know the difference? And the best advice that I can give you is through practice. It does feel different. However, when you've reached a certain point in your life where you've done this your whole life, it can take a little bit of time to like unweave the braid. I'm just seeing like a braid of your systems together, working together, and it's like you start to pull on one and it like messes up the whole thing and it's like, okay, well we'll just, do a new braid here. So when you're in the frequency, when you're in your inner knowing, when you're in your using your intuition to guide you, your manifestations will start to unfold effortlessly because you're not confusing fear with guidance. Now, here's the thing. Sometimes I'm like, you know what? I don't care. I'm gonna allow my fear to lead this time because I'm uh not as experienced with this. Like, so if it was something like a lot of times this happens with dating where it's like, okay, let the fear lead, go ahead and let the fear lead and see what happens. And then that gives you the proof and evidence moving forward of like, oh shit, I should have, if I listened to my intuition, there would be fear there, but also it probably would have ended up a little bit differently. So like I'm not opposed to learning by trial and error in this. A lot of these things you will see the difference when you're on the other side of it. You're like, "Oh, I was scared and I didn't listen to my intuition and I pushed through and this was the result." So, how do you know? How do you know? Real intuition feels like it's calm. There's not going to be fear attached to it immediately. It's just this boom. I know. It's a grounded truth. To me, my intuition is truth. It's truth, it's truth, it's truth. That doesn't mean that I like it. A lot of times I don't like it, but it's neutral. It's just this knowing. It's expansion without pushing, without pressure. It's openness. Fear in disguise feels like urgency. Every time that I'm like, oh my God, I gotta do this thing. I gotta, I'm like, oh, calm down. Like, let's wait a few days and then see how I feel about this. Fear in disguise also feels like panic or shutdown or overwhelm or repetitive looping thoughts, right? Like anxiety, self-protection. It's just like an anxious energy for me. Sometimes that's comforting and sometimes we get sucked into it and that's okay. The point is to really start noticing how these things are showing up in your body. And this is where journaling can be really helpful. Today I felt this and I chose to do this and this was the result. And then you can come back to it and be like, oh, when this happened, I did this. It's like it gives you they're showing like it's like it gives you the playbook. It gives you the way that your system is responding to your reality so that you can know how to change it. So here's the thing. Your job is not to wait for intuitive guidance. I know. People don't love hearing this when I say this, but it's to your job is to stabilize to the identity that can actually receive your manifestations. Your job is not to be like, show, give me a sign. Your job is not to, like, I'm ready to be guided, which you can do that, but that's not your job. Your job is, what is it that you want? How would that version of me show up? How would that version of me be? And then allow your intuition to guide you in those moment to moment decisions. Your intuition becomes clear when you stop abandoning yourself. And what does abandoning yourself look like? It looks like allowing your fear to drive the bus instead of trusting that you've got this, instead of trusting that everything is always working out for you and you can't fuck it up. Your manifestations come when you stop outsourcing your decisions to old versions of you that don't exist anymore. What does this look like? This looks like, well, dating has always looked like this for me. Or, well, anytime I've ever gotten money, it's all just gone away. Or, all of the different ways that your history has played out with things instead of seeing the potential and possibility of future, right? So stop making decisions based on the past and start making decisions based on who is the version of you that has the person of your dreams? How are they showing up? Who is the person, who is the version of you that has the level of income that you desire? What types of decisions is that person making? And making decisions from that place. And I'm not talking about, well, she would just like be spending money on this. She would buy this purse. It's like not necessarily, right? So start thinking from the future instead of the past, right? What if I hate this question. Like, because I'm like in my own manifestation journey and I'm like, what if the thing you're scared of is actually the thing meant for you? Oof, right? That's almost always how it works for me. So here's the thing. You don't have to do this alone. If this is something that you would like support in, this is my specialty. This is what I love to help people with. So you can check out the link in my bio, and I will see you in the next video.